the most famous.
Just want to
That
take a moment to
boat.
look at that boat.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks really
That's
cool.
how I want to get to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 attractions in San Francisco. Neither of us have ever been to San Francisco. Personally, I have been to the United States. I've been to New York, Las Vegas, and LA. Had to think about that one. But Alice has never been, and we would like to go. Alice really wants to go to New York, so that will definitely be a future video. But we thought we'd start with somewhere that neither of us have been, just so it's fresh, and yeah, just no expectations really.
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's see what San Francisco has to offer.
Let's begin. Lost mouse, there we go.
San Francisco, everyone's favorite city, is located at the tip of a peninsula between the San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Coast. A compact city of steep rolling hills surrounded on three sides by water, San Francisco is renowned for its summer.
Is this the city that you see in the movies where like the tram's going down and
Maybe.
you got like uptown, downtown? Or is that? I don't know. Ah.
Well, she did just say that it's full of hills, so I'm guessing that would be a thing here.
Maybe that's just a bit of a random assumption, but we'll see. Maybe there's more hills in America, who knows?
Summer fogs, Victorian architecture, cable cars, and beautiful vistas. Just remember, don't call it Frisco, and do bring warm clothing. The famous quote, "The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco," isn't from Mark Twain, but it is a pretty accurate statement of the city's weather. Here's a look at the top tourist attractions in San Francisco.
Let's go.
I think this is the city I was thinking of with the trams.
Well, we just had.
I know we saw the tram,
example.
but it kind of looked like what I've seen.
Yeah.
I can't remember what movie I've seen it in, but there's definitely been a movie.
Is it a movie in which a tram was involved in some sort of
course,
accident?
on a hill and, you know, like driving around at speed. I don't know.
I know which film you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called.
You know which film I'm talking about, you just don't know which film.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically don't know which film.
I don't.
Okay.
Number 10, Palace of Fine Arts. The only structure remaining from the 1915 World's Fair, the Palace of Fine Arts features a classical Roman rotunda with curved colonnades situated in an idyllic park setting with a classical European-style lagoon. It's a great place to unwind, have a picnic, and watch the swans float elegantly by. It also has a theater offering a variety of shows, musical, and cultural events.
Feels like somewhere you could just sort of have a picnic and just really enjoy it.
Just walk around, yeah.
Chinatown.
Oh, wow. Go away.
Established in the 1840s, San Francisco's Chinatown is reputed to be the oldest and one of the largest and most famous of all Chinatowns outside of Asia. Many of the Chinese who settled here were merchants or immigrant workers working on either the Transcontinental Railroad or as mine workers during the Gold Rush. The tourist section of Chinatown is mainly along Grant Avenue, from Bush to Broadway.
I definitely have
nice.
to visit there. I
Yeah.
love Chinese food, so I definitely have to visit there.
Yeah.
Bargain Bazaar.
It's not just restaurants, there's all sorts of different,
Number 8, Alamo Square. The Alamo Square is a residential neighborhood and park that is best known for the famous Painted Ladies row of Victorian houses on its east side along Steiner Street. There are also many other pretty Victorians encircling the lovely park. The park includes a playground and a tennis court and is frequented by neighbors, tourists, and dog owners. On a clear day,
the houses, they just look a little bit like something out of, I don't know, a kid's kind of, you know, like how you get a toy playhouse and you can just open the front up That's kind of how I picture those houses. It's like a kid's playhouse, if that makes sense.
They look nice though.
They do look pretty cool. I don't know about the stairs though. All of them have stairs leading up to the front door.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So it's like
about.
you've kind of have the ground floor is on the first floor, and then you have the basement that's not actually a basement in a way.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a room down.
I would imagine so. It could be a garage or a garage, as Americans would say. But yeah,
maybe like this one here looks like you would have a garage underneath.
Anyway, let's continue. Slightly distracted.
Today, the Transamerica Pyramid Building and the tops of the Golden Gate Bridge and Bay Bridge can be seen from the park's center.
I can't even see the pyramid. Oh, I see it now. No, it's lit up.
Number 7, Transamerica Pyramid. Located in the heart of the financial district, the Transamerica Pyramid is San Francisco's other famous icon besides the Golden Gate. According to its architect, William L. Pereira, a pyramid is the ideal shape for skyscrapers, offering the advantage of letting more air and light into the streets below. Finished in 1972, the Transamerica Pyramid has a height of 853 feet and is still the tallest building in the San Francisco skyline.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. I'm assuming it's just offices.
I'm thinking, yeah, that's all.
Number 6, Lombard Street. Located between Hyde and Leavenworth Streets, Lombard Street is famously known as the crookedest street
I've
in the
seen
world,
this in
although it is neither the crookedest street
films
in San
or
Francisco
videos.
nor the steepest.
I don't think
The
I've ever seen it.
one-block portion
realize
of Lombard Street that
here.
contains 8 hairpin turns was created to reduce the hill's naturally steep slope. The speed limit in this section is a mere 5 miles per hour.
Oh my god, it must
it looks
take
really
ages
cool
to get
though.
from top to bottom.
Yeah, with the flowers and how they did it. I mean, if it's so steep, it's like the only way. Look at it. The incline is crazy.
Number 5, Golden Gate Park. Once an area of sand dunes, Golden Gate Park is a large urban park with windmills, bison, and a carousel among its many attractions. It is about 20% larger than New York's Central Park, so unless you have a bike, you'll want to plan which area you want to visit. A popular tourist attraction is the Japanese Tea Garden, with beautiful ponds, bridges, and Japanese-style structures, including a tea house.
That was really impressive, actually. I've never seen anything like that in real life. Seen it in movies and stuff. I've never actually seen one that's quite interesting to witness. What a lovely windmill. It's like a showpiece, isn't it?
And a big beach.
Big beach. Completely dead.
Number 4,
Well,
cable
yeah.
cars. The world-famous
There we
cable
go.
cars run on 3 lines in the steep streets of San Francisco between Market
not
Street
just a tram?
and Fisherman's Wharf. These cars are a fun ride, especially if you get to stand on the running board.
I know, because it doesn't
They are
have anything
perhaps a
about it.
bit impractical for everyday use, though residents do, in fact, use them on a regular basis.
Why
The
is that
cable car
practical?
is such an attraction that, especially on weekends,
It's
it
slow,
takes
isn't it?
longer to wait in line to ride up Powell Street than it does to walk the short but sloping distance.
Oh, I
That's the
see.
impracticality, yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that on a tram because trams go quite fast.
True, yeah.
Oh, and it turns on that spinny thing.
Turntable. Spinning thing.
That's what it does.
It does.
They just look cool, don't they?
I have to manually pull it. Is that the driver just casually pushing it round?
Maybe.
Number 3, Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Often referred to as the Rock, the small island of Alcatraz served as a lighthouse, a military fortification, and as a prison. It was home to some of the most notorious criminals of the time, including Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly. Surrounded
Is it closed now then? Is it not used
I think
as a
it's
prison
not
anymore?
used as a prison. I don't think it's been used as a prison for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But I think it is a tourist attraction. I think you can visit and see it.
Oh, I see.
And it looks like we're going to visit.
I would like to see it.
It's an interesting bit of history, isn't it?
Mm.
So I think it was known like the unescapable prison.
Yes.
And probably because of where it is as well. You know, but
might have messed it
By
up.
the freezing water of San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz was believed to be inescapable. The most famous...
Just want to take a moment to look at that boat.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks really cool.
That's how I want to get to Alcatraz and back, not just there.
Attempt was carried out by Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin using an inflatable raft made from several stolen raincoats. Today, the island is a popular tourist attraction and a historic site. It is operated by the National Park Service and is open to tours.
That seems like it'd be really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So far, this is one of my top things to do in San Francisco. We do have the bridge as well, don't we?
The Golden Gate Bridge, yeah, that's probably number one.
We haven't got it yet.
A nice view of the city from there as well.
Number 2, Fisherman's Wharf. One of the most popular tourist attractions in San Francisco, Fisherman's Wharf runs all the way from Pier 39 through to Municipal Pier at the end of Aquatic Park. For over a century, its historic waterfront was the hub of San Francisco's fishing fleet and is still famous for having some of the best seafood restaurants in the city. Other tourist attractions at the Wharf include souvenir stores, historical buildings, scenic vistas over the bay, and the famous sea lions at Pier 39.
Ah, there it is. I was looking for it. Bubba Gump Shrimp Co.
Sorry?
Bubba Gump Shrimp Co.
Oh.
From Forrest Gump. I've never been in one, but when I went before, because when I was in LA, I stayed in Santa Monica, and they had, on the Santa Monica Pier, they had one. And I was meaning to go in there, but unfortunately the guys I was with just didn't fancy it.
Okay. So that's gonna...
It's on the list. It's a little bit of a bucket list. On the American bucket list,
yeah.
You know, go there. It's probably... Well, I don't want to say it's going to be bad, but you know when you have a certain expectation, I'm going to go there to be very mediocre.
Yeah, well, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, even if it is, you've done it.
Done it. I've ticked that box. Yeah, exactly that.
You see the Hard Rock Cafe from a mile with their entrance.
Been to a few of them now, though. Is it the Hard Rock Cafe? Is that the one with the memorabilia, the film memorabilia? I think it is, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it might be. It's quite. Well,
are they all the same?
No, well, they're all the same style inside. Yeah. But they have different. Each one has different memorabilia, from what I remember.
Okay. I've only ever been to one.
I think the one in, I want to say LA, but it could have been Vegas. Probably LA. I went to both of them on the same trip. So, but that had Ghostbusters outfits and things like that.
Okay.
And that was really cool. Isn't you never know what you're going to see, I guess.
Yeah, that's nice actually. If they're all a little bit different.
And I think the Hard Rock, I might be wrong again about this, but I'm sure it was founded by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, and Sylvester Stallone.
I have heard that.
I think so. I think that's they're the founders. Whether they are still involved,
is that true? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm
if we're wrong. That, yeah.
Am I just throwing out random facts that are completely wrong?
Might have to look it up after, see if we embarrassed ourselves.
Not even facts. It's nice having this sort of mellow music in the background, isn't it? It's just peaceful.
Ooh.
Seals.
Sea lions.
Sea lions. Are they not seals?
I think I heard in the beginning that she said sea lions.
Number 1. Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge is a suspension bridge spanning the Golden Gate, the strait between San Francisco and Marin County to the north. The bridge took 4 years to build and was completed in 1937. The Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge span in the world when it was completed and has become an internationally recognized symbol of California.
I don't see
The famous
walking.
red-orange color of the
Oh,
bridge
yes, I do.
was specifically chosen to make the bridge more easily visible through the thick fog
Yes, loads of
that
people walking.
frequently shrouds the bridge.
I wonder how long it takes from A to B.
We'll find out.
And then when you get to B, you're in the middle of nowhere, so you go back.
Such an iconic bridge, though, isn't it? Yeah, everyone knows.
Actually, it's probably some really good views from that as well.
Yeah. And from where they are. Oh,
I'm
that's
sure in
cool.
some of the movies, whether it's 2012 or one of the other kind of, end of the world things, I'm sure that one of them has like the Golden Gate Bridge featured in it, and it's like breaking away. I'm sure it does.
That's not a very
What?
good reference, is it?
I just remember it.
Oh, that's a nice view. It just looks good from
It's impressive.
both angles, doesn't it?
And I think the views from it would be very perfect.
We knew this was going to be number one, didn't we?
Yeah. So there's another video by Turopia, guys. Everything for the video will be in the description below. So if you want to see the original video, then feel free to jump over there and support their channel. But yeah, so America. Let's lose that in the background. Right. So what do you think? San Francisco.
San Francisco.
It's kind of our first look, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there was obviously some things we forgot about, but then suddenly realised. So
Yes.
Alcatraz. I didn't know it was there.
No, I didn't realize it was just outside or part of San Francisco.
But it's definitely something I would like to see, actually. If I went there, that would be quite a big feature, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. And the pier, I like the wharf, was it?
The Fisherman's Wharf.
Yes. I really like that. That would be a nice day out kind of thing.
I wonder if they've got any attractions there, because I know, like, in a lot of their piers, they have, like, what are they called? Ferris wheels?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And maybe other different
some other little things to see and do.
Chinatown is also a really good one.
Oh, yeah. Be all over that. I love Chinese food.
Chinese food is Kai's absolute favourite food in the world.
I could eat it every day and never get bored of it.
Yeah, that's what he says, but we haven't tested it yet, so I guess we'll see.
Not yet.
If we do it. San Francisco, I mean, we know of San Francisco, and it's always been, somewhere that
it's well up there. Like when you think about visiting America, obviously you've got those key places. So San Francisco, New York, Las Vegas. Run out of ideas now, but also Miami.
Yes, Miami is a good one. So there's quite a few. There's obviously a lot that I'm sure would be just as enticing if we knew more about.
Maybe Washington, because that's the capital, the White House.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows what's there? I've never really looked. There's also lots of other states, like the ones we don't really hear anything about.
Much about.
Like, I might be getting confused with towns and cities, but Iowa's a state, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure the cities within the certain places.
Well, maybe that's something that we can do. Make a little series, a USA series, and look into the states.
Maybe looking into them, but also what's happening in and around. So like how you have like the food challenges and things like that. Some other interesting things around places.
Yeah, so not just the what to do in this place, but more like the culture, the food scene.
Hidden gems.
And I mean, that would be really cool. We would like to do that. If you like to see a USA series with more than just here's a place, top 10 things to do in it, let us know in the comments. And but I think, USA is definitely a big place. So we will make a separate series and do a deeper dive into learn of some new nice places that we might add to our travel list.
And especially as someone who's been over to the States, I didn't really know what to expect when I first went. You hear things good and bad. And when I went, I was truly impressed with everything. I mean, I found the customer service was such a highlight in comparison to the British customer service. And obviously I know that tips are a big thing and people are obviously working towards getting a tip. So I can understand that extra level, but it's so impressive. And that was such a random thing that's really stood out for me. But other than that, obviously the people and the culture in general was really cool. And I feel like especially in the UK, I feel sometimes some stereotypes that, you know, every country has stereotypes about other countries, and I definitely feel like they weren't very accurate at all. Like when you get there, it's completely different. Like, I was well impressed when I went to America.
Yeah, well, it depends what you heard.
It does.
And
yeah, it depends who was teaching me as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah. So
okay, so USA series. I'm excited. I think
too.
we'll do this. But obviously, if you think that would be boring or rubbish, let us know. I think it'll be quite interesting.
Yeah, I think so. In our next video, I think we'll be heading over to maybe Miami.
Miami sounds good.
We'll go Miami next.
Why not?
And then we'll kind of
just work our way around.
Yeah,
and across, up and down.
Any recommendations, anything you'd like us to look at, let us know in the comments below. And yeah, until the next one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.